Good morning, everybody, and this is your DAX day trade setups for today. So, pretty much a nothing day yesterday. Just shows you how much influence the UK has on the market, on the European market anyway. So, lots of tails here to the downside, tails to the upside, complete confusion. We're very reluctant to break through this area here of 1600, basically 15982 to be exact, but it's just rounded off to 1600. We're very reluctant to break through it. We do have a lower high now in play, and the fractal is set. Oscillators have grouped to the upside, starting to curve. Could be a top. I'm reluctant to call tops in a trend like this, and we've been going sideways for 3 weeks now. And it's kind of almost like a megaphone formation. If you draw a trend line along the bottom and along the top, you get this big megaphone formation. And as I've pointed out, on the higher time frame, specifically the daily and the weekly, and for some reason my charts are really slow this morning. Let's see if I can pick something up here quickly, otherwise we'll come back to it just now. There we go. Okay, so as we pointed out in the weekly, we have got 3 hanging men here in a row at a strong area of resistance. Grouping of the oscillators really overbought at the moment. If you look at that, 96, probably 97, 98, probably 98 on the stochastic, which is extremely overbought. So yeah, I'd be very reluctant to be chasing longs up here, and I am reluctant to chase longs up there. And if you look at it on the daily, you can see just this big up, big down, big up, big down. Bit of a different picture on the daily. We do have a potential for another move up, but I think it would be short-lived because of what we're seeing on the weekly. Anyway, looking at the 8-hour, pin bar rejection and then confusion. And if we drop down to the 3-hour, complete confusion. You can see the pin bar from Friday. Now we've got an engulfing bar, but there is no real structure that we're bouncing off at the moment. So very wary about calling that into a top. And for me, the most logical thing still in play would be a retest of some structure. And you can see we did this yesterday. We have tested 15951. I just want to put the next level down, which to me is a little bit more attractive, and that is 15917 or 15900. So the minute you start drilling down through the hour, you can see yesterday's range bar, inside bar, engulfing bar, and then the US market got us going for 2 bars, well, 2 hours should I say, before finding support. And then we've got this pin bar off structure. We've got an inside bar and we've got a pin bar here off this level, and I'm just going to fine tune it. There it is there. And that is 15949. So there is structure that came into play late last night. Now, if you drop down to the 15-minute, you're going to see there's another inside bar off there, and we've got a little pin bar off here. So if we just take that as our cue, we did close above it, so there are going to be some people that are already sitting long. So for me, let's see what happens this morning. It's probably worthwhile. You can see a crossover brewing here. Probably worthwhile taking any positive structure. So in other words, a nice break and a retest of this area. You know, that's going to give you sort of a 40-point stop loss, but probably 40 or 50 points to the upside. Yeah, it's going to give you, if I just pick the high of Friday, it's going to give me 40 points. So that's kind of the only trade that I can see at the moment. I don't think we're going to find anything else. If we do drop down to this area here at 15917, I pay very close attention to that because it could stimulate a reaction. But then just below it is a little bit more structure, which is 15892. So when you look at it on the hour, still very much inside the uptrend, and this will be a retest of the 155 break on the hour. So and probably be a Fibonacci of some sort from one of these swings. So I think that's more what I'd be paying attention to, is looking for a pullback a bit deeper, 15,917 to 15,892. Pull back into there, build some structure there, then I'd be looking for a long, but my long is really going to be targeting these levels here. I'm not really looking for a break just yet. I think we need to ease off on the weekly a little bit before we start looking for those breaks. So these are really tight scalps. And as I say, I'm a bit reluctant for the shorts. I'm also reluctant for the longs. But we will play what we see. And 15-minute chart is the way to go. And at the moment, it is up. And if I just finish off on the 5-minute, you can see all this chaos from yesterday on the 5-minute, above and below the moving average. But from now, we are above. We would have, I think, the cash market would have closed somewhere in this area here. So probably a pullback onto 15,967 somewhere when the market opens, and then we'll see what structure brings. But this is going to be a 5, 10, 15-minute trade, and you're going to be in and out pretty quickly. So be wary. If you start dropping below the lows of Friday, then sorry, not the lows of Friday, but the lows of yesterday, it could shed up little short scalps to the downside to pick up those other two levels there. But yeah, I'm reluctant to even jump in long or short at the moment. Anyway, those are the levels. Pay attention to them. If we do get, if you do break above and you find support and you've got the price action, go with the flow. It's up until it's not. So it doesn't matter what the bigger time frames are saying. It could technically still move another 100 points before it turns around. So just keep your wits about you, keep your stops tight, and if you're unsure, stay away. But if you see the structure, take the trade. That's the only way you're going to make money out of this. Anyway, that's my view for today. Hope it helps, and we'll catch up with you tomorrow morning. Cheers for now.